Before the Michigan legislature held an official hearing on election integrity with Rudy Giuliani and the Trump legal team, Giuliani gave a legal briefing with Michigan's GOP chair. One America's Chanel Rion has more from Lansing.
Wednesday, from the Lansing, Michigan GOP headquarters, Trump lead attorney Rudy Giuliani gave a legal briefing with Michigan's GOP chair Laura Cox on the issue of illegal ballots that have corrupted Michigan's election.
Unfortunately and tragically, we're living through I believe the worst voter fraud scandal in the history of our country. I can't think in American history of a voter fraud scandal, at least that we knew about or was uncovered, of this dimension. It is not in one state, it's not in two states, not in three. It's in approximately 7 or 8 very carefully selected places. Carefully selected because most of the skullduggery, most of the fraud, most of the false ballots, most of the intimidation, most of the phony ballots that are printed are done in cities where Democrats are dictators, where Democrats own the city.
The legal briefing was largely aimed at an audience of grassroots activists in Michigan who have pushed state leadership to take action against illegal ballots in their state.
It's our duty as Americans to find out the truth regarding the vulnerabilities in our election system. Then we must work to ensure they are never exploited again.
GOP Chair Laura Cox assured voters the GOP leadership was unified in Michigan, and since the Republicans hold the majority in the Michigan State House and Senate, Republicans there have the authority to act. All right, we're here with the Michigan GOP Chair, Laura Cox. Thank you so much for joining us. So a couple of questions for you today. The Michigan legislature is mostly on board with investigating election integrity in your state of Michigan. How effective can they be without the support of the governor and the Secretary of State?
Well, I think the important thing is we are talking about it. They are looking at, we have over 1,000 complaints, and the legislature, the leadership is stepping up. They're listening to these folks. They're going to investigate that, and I think it's very important. And we're going to push and demand that the governor and the Secretary of State take action, because we think it's very important to look at these irregularities. We demand a secure and transparent, that's what election, that's what the people of Michigan deserve, and we're gonna work to get that.
Tell us a little bit about feedback you've been getting ever since yesterday's hearing here at the state capitol. What have you heard?
I think people are happy that the legislature is doing this oversight committee. They recognize how important it is. They recognize that their voices are being heard.
The Trump legal team argues there are at least 300,000 contested ballots that if the state legislature audited would find were illegally cast.
In most states, there were more mail ballots than ballots in person. Mail ballots are hard to secure. They're hard to determine the accuracy of them. And if there's a desire to cheat, then you can take tremendous advantage. And the thing about this Democrat scheme to steal this election, in each one of the cities that it happened, it has the same pattern, the exact same pattern. The core of it is to cut out Republican poll watchers, Republican observers, watchers.
Just the day prior, the Michigan Senate Oversight Committee hosted a 7-hour hearing for dozens of witnesses who came forward testifying to election irregularities they had witnessed in their districts. Wednesday's 6 p.m. hearing adds to their testimony. Rudy Giuliani and a lineup of expert witnesses who have each testified to irregularities found in Dominion voting systems and extensive data analysis. The key difference between the Arizona and Michigan GOP is that Michigan GOP leadership is supportive of the efforts to investigate election irregularity and have the majority power to act. But Arizona GOP leadership in the House and Senate leans more on the John McCain and Joe Biden scale and are dragging their feet despite widespread pressure from their constituents. The Trump legal team's big ask of the Michigan leadership is to formally investigate voting irregularities and to simply cast out illegal ballots, a game-changing move in the fight for election integrity. Chanel Rion, One American News, Lansing.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.
classified information leaked serially to prestige press organizations for the purpose